All right, this is JD and Daniel. We're from Early Melodic Animals, and you're listening to NWCZ Radio.
Now, our next guest on the big program is a band out of Bend, Oregon that we've been playing quite a bit of on NWCZ Radio. These guys, I think, have an amazing sound, and their drummer is the drummer for Jane's Addiction. So that's pretty amazing. How does a guy from Bend, Oregon get hooked up with Jane's Addiction?
Maybe he's not from Bend, Oregon.
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
Maybe,
I didn't really go into
information. I didn't really want to have.
I didn't want to go into it with him on that because it's like that's impressive enough. Just the fact that he's out touring with them. But Early Melodic Animals, our guest on in this next segment, whatever it is.
Roll tape.
All right, everybody, our next guest on the big program today, one of my new favorite groups. I've been enjoying the heck out of playing these guys on NWCZ Radio, Early Melodic Animals. And on the phone with us, we have JD and Dan. How you guys doing?
Good, man. How's it going, Big D? Absolutely excellent.
Oh, it's going
Voxy,
great.
You guys there? Voxy, Gimmer, you guys there?
We're here, buddy. We're here.
Barely.
These guys are pros, man. I'm telling you. Early Melodic Animals, a band out of Bend, Oregon, which is not something that you hear a lot of. A band.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. I want to talk to you about that in a moment. But first, let's talk about you guys as a band, Early Melodic Animals. When did you form? How long have you been a band? And what has brought you to this point?
Dan and I started playing music about 6 years ago, and we had numerous different projects up until this point. Last summer, we met Riz Story, who produced our album, and he pulled Stephen Perkins from Jane's Addiction to play percussion on the album. And so I'd say we were born like last August.
And so this
Happy Born Day.
Yeah. So the CD that because you guys reached out to us and sent us a CD, because I had not heard of you, but I was blown away when I got your CD and listened to it for the first time. And how long did it take to record that? I mean, you guys are a fairly new band. It seems like you got moving pretty quickly.
Right on. This is Dan here. I mean, it took about 6 months to really get the album off the ground, and I mean, the whole recording process took honestly, about a month and a half to get into the studio and get the whole thing recorded. But I mean, with all of our supporters, we got the whole thing tracked in about a week and a half, I'd say it was about, and then released about a month after we originally recorded it, which was our main goal.
Well, the first track that we heard coming in was titled Oceans off of your CD. Now, being in Bend, where do you
what's the music scene?
Yeah,
like
what's the music
Bend?
scene? Where do you play? Do you guys make trips to, like, I don't know, Eugene, Salem, Portland?
They have to.
Yeah, I mean, how is the scene in Bend?
I mean, the Bend music scene's small to begin with. So, I mean, as far as trips out to Eugene, Portland, and all that, we've got all those planned out and all that. I mean, really, the basic issue is the fact that, I mean, playing acoustic sets is an issue since our drummer's on tour right now. But soon enough here, we're going to be opening up. We have a whole tour set up in our minds that is going to be unbelievable. So as soon as the venues open up, we're gonna take the world by storm. As our
So let me get this straight: your drummer drums for Jane's Addiction, and he chose that over hanging out with you guys playing Eugene, Salem, and Portland.
And the occasional
I know, big
Bend.
shock. They're down in Rio de Janeiro right now.
Yeah, well,
their album that's been long awaited.
Yeah, well, couldn't he have taken you along as like a drum tech or something? What's
no
wrong with that
kidding.
guy?
So much for friends.
No, totally.
20-minute opening
Totally.
act or something.
Yeah.
Former friends,
I mean, it would,
former drummers.
We would have entertained that possibility, but we are so eager to get these next set of songs out. We didn't have the time down, and we went to Los Angeles to cut the record, and I flipped out down there. I couldn't stand being in the city anymore. So as soon as what we got tracked, I'm like, we're out. We got to go do post-production. Without us there, we're out.
Well, Bend is a beautiful city. I almost moved there. I actually almost went to a radio station in Bend, Oregon at one point. It's a gorgeous place, but it does seem to get kind of locked down in the wintertime. So you're playing in Bend, and how has it been trying to gather, a listening base, like an audience, the troops?
Well, the troops, luckily, they've come really easy. We've been doing everything a lot of virtual, digital stuff, doing like numerous radio stations like yourselves, and we're getting a really good response.
Well, I don't doubt it, and in fact, I want to go into this next tune, which is this is personally my favorite one off the CD, and I think this should be played on any station that calls themselves a radio station, rock and roll or whatever. And I want to talk to you about it when we come back, but this is a tune titled Feel Low. All right, the name of the song is Feel Low, and our guests today, Early Melodic Animals, JD and Dan. I want to talk to you about that song right there. I love that song. I play it often on my iPod, and just curious, what's the story behind that song, and have you gotten some traction with it?
The lyrics, I wrote those just kind of thinking about the next phase of society, really. And rather than be preachy or whatnot, I just put them in like an esoteric riddle format. But if you start breaking down the lyrics, it's really about what's going on right now.
Yeah, I mean that's what I gathered from it. But sometimes I don't want to be the interpreter of your music or whatever. But it certainly rings a bell with a lot about what's going on right now. That's why I think it'd be I think a lot of stations should hop onto that song. It has some very catchy hooks, and the melody is beautiful on there.
And a message.
Speaking of a message, though,
Yes.
these guys are really big into the animals. Tell us about the Animals Acres Sanctuary that you guys have going.
Animal Acres has been a huge part of our project since the beginning. I mean, our whole cause is just to, promote animal welfare and to promote vegetarianism, veganism, and around the world. So a huge portion of our record sales is going to Animal Acres to help raise money for their new barn, to help rescue new farm animals, pigs and all that. So, I mean, our message is just overall to raise awareness to this new society, saying, help the animals. If you can do anything, just, take your cause and really support, put it towards a cause that's actually going to do something in the world, rather than just throwing it away on whatever you're giving your money to in your daily routine.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of bands, a lot of public personalities or whatever adopt a cause or have a cause that they want people to become aware of. How did you get hooked up with this? Was this something that you've always been passionate about?
Yeah, I've been passionate about animal welfare since I was a child, and just growing up, I was always taught that they're similar to, or they're not different than people. They're just in a different body, and so. Yeah, it's been a goal, and this album is really going to facilitate getting funds to, build the barn for Animal Acres and get awareness for the wolf sanctuary. And just, it's so simple to help these animals. It's really not a big trying issue. It's like go and donate your time, volunteer, spread the word, sign petitions, and, you're kind of in the bag there. If you go to vegetarianism and veganism, then yeah, that's all you can do.
Right. Well, and I want to remind everybody that if you go to their website, earlymelodicanimals.com, and they have a player on there, and you can listen to, clips of their songs. And if you purchase one of their songs or purchase all of them, it's a great CD. 15% of the sales will go into this project of helping animals, which I think it's a great thing you do. Now, where is this place located? Is it in Bend?
No, this one's actually down in Los Angeles, Acton, so a little bit north of Los Angeles, and she was the pioneer of the whole animal sanctuary, farm animal sanctuary. She started Farm Sanctuary, co-founded that, and that was in 1986. So she's a pioneer, and I just had to go down and meet her and see what she's all about. It was a great trip. I ended up adopting a puppy named Spirit, who's been kind of a terror, but he's doing good.
That's great. I think that's fantastic, and kudos to you guys. And besides that, I think everybody should go to your website anyway. Early Melodic Animals. It's a great website. A lot of information, cool video, and you can buy the CD on there.
And great music.
The music's fantastic. That's primarily why I'm here.
Thank you guys.
Well, when I saw all the stuff about the animal sanctuary, I was looking at the pictures and stuff. I thought, is this a gimmick to try and sell albums? And then I heard the music, and I'm like, you don't need a gimmick here.
No. Now, and you guys are working on a brand new EP. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah, we're in the studio right this second, and we're hoping to get it out in about 3 weeks. We're trying to figure out how to get Perkins to track the drums while he's gone, so that's been something to discuss. But we got to get these songs out. Simply, they need to be heard right away.
And how many songs are going to be on this new EP?
I think we're going to have 3 and maybe 2 B-sides. We're at 3 for sure. 3 are all going to be new singles that no one's ever heard any of them because we just wrote them in the past couple weeks. And then we'll probably release 2 different versions of some other songs that aren't on this first album.
Great. Well, we're looking forward to getting a copy of that and getting that up on the air. Let's go to another song. This is another song off of their CD, Early Melodic Animals. Our guest today, this is titled Move. All right, name of the track is Move, and our guest today, Early Melodic Animals. Want to ask you guys about some of your musical influences. I hear, a lot of different things going on in your music, and I'm just curious where you're drawing your inspiration from. Who did you listen to? How did you come up with your sound?
Yeah, I mean, our sound came from a lot of different sources. I mean, the overall sound structure, I think, came primarily from like a Catherine Wheel REM blend. Which were, I mean, 2 of my heaviest influences as the guitarist to really get that kind of ambient guitar sound. And then, I mean, me as just a guitarist, I studied a lot of Joe Satriani and Steve Vai just because they're, in my opinion, the best guitarists around to really get my overall sound. And I know JD has a couple of vocalists.
Yeah, don't leave mine out. Don't leave mine out. Like the Cranberries and a lot of female singers. That's my whole influence. Imogen Heap, Metric, just I don't. There's something about what they're doing that I pick up on and I dig it.
Yeah, there is a little bit of that sort of I call it a bit of a trance sound in your vocals, which it's enchanting. It draws you in, and the whole big sound that you guys create is your name, the band namesake. With melodic in there says a lot. It's like that's what you're expecting, and that's what you hear in the guitar work and everything. It's fantastic. It's great stuff, you guys.
Thank you so much, you guys.
All right. Well, good luck on the new EP, and we're looking forward to that. And hopefully, when you guys get out, when you get your drummer back and you get on the road, we'll see you guys up here in the Seattle, Tacoma, Olympia area. We'd love to have you guys up here. I think a lot of people are digging what they're hearing on the station by you guys, and I know I, for one, would love to come see you guys live.
Definitely.
Right on, man. Thanks, Big D, Voxy, Gimmer. Thank you, guys. NWCZ Radio.
Keep
You guys
listening.
rock.
Hey, we love you guys.
Early Melodic Animals, everybody. Thank you, JD and Dan. Great work, and we're looking forward to the future stuff.
Yeah.
Right on, you guys.
All right. I want to thank those guys for coming on the phone with us all the way from Bend, Oregon. And I was telling them before we had that interview, one of the fascinating things about my trip, this island of Antigua that we were on is a really small island, but they have this one harbor, and it's called the Nelson Dockyards. And I don't want to give you the whole history of it, but it was run by the Brits back in the day, and it's a historic dockyard that's still in operation. So a lot of big, huge yachts still parked there and stuff. And we're walking around looking at all these massive yachts, terribly rich people who have nothing better to do but sail around from island to island.
I know the nerve.
Yeah, it was just, they were boring me. But we rolled on this one yacht that was this huge yacht, and I can't remember the name of the boat, but underneath it they always put where they're from, and some of them are like St. Thomas or, where Florida or, wherever from all over the world. And there was one from Bend, Oregon. And I had to laugh because Bend, Oregon is the most landlocked spot in Oregon, really, as a town. It's like, how do you have a yacht from Bend, Oregon, and where do you dock it there?
On a flatbed.
I think so. They got
backyard.
They truck it up there, and then they wait for the snow to melt in the spring, and they just like sail down right into the coast.